Hello stamping crafters. So I've shown you how to make these cards that go in the box, and now it is time for me to show you how to make the box. So we'll put all this to the side and I will show you how I've made this box. Once again, we are going to be using the 5-way flower and the En Francais stamp. We're also going to be using the envelope punch board. So I've made this box quite a few times and I know that I need measurements of 9.5 by 9.5. And I punch my first punch and score at 4 and I score it. Careful because it goes off the edge. Then what I do is I scoot along my punch up to 2 so that it's sort of in the middle of the valley of the 2, and I punch again and I score again. And I do the same thing, or I do this all round, so I connect my score lines all around the box, all around the piece of paper. So I just keep on doing this. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't go to the edge all the way. We'll work with that later on. And this should give me a box in which I can fit the cards, and I've got a bit of space for my plastic with my sentiments. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out which is the top and which is the bottom. This is the bottom, so I'm just going to cut in like this, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Cut in like this, and then I'm going to cut these two away because that's going to be the top. And I don't need those at the top. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to do some stamping. Get this out of... Oh, no, first of all, let's do the corners. Make it nice. Did I do that on the other one? Don't know. Actually, you don't need to because you're not going to see your corners at all, I don't think. No, we put some stamping on there. Okay, so we're going to put some ink on our En Francais stamp. And I'm going to put this down like this. And again. Doesn't really matter if it's a bit off or whatever. You're not going to really see that anyway, so this is going to come facing up, so I'm going to stamp it that way, and this is going to come facing down, so I'm going to stamp it that way. Okay, there we go, that's that done. Then I'm going to take my Blackberry Bliss and I'm going to ink it up. Always check your ink is nicely on the stamp everywhere. And what I tend to do is I stamp it once and then I stamp it again. There we go. When you stamp it the first time, make sure you're not over an edge, she says. And then and then when you stamp it the second time, you don't have the edges from the first time, because now you can see some ink is still left behind on a rim, and you shouldn't, if you stamp it that second time, then it will show up when you stamp it again. Look, you've got a line there, and this also didn't stamp off properly. So you need to be careful when you do that. But generally I just Anyway, it doesn't really matter, you're not going to see it that much. There we go. No need to overload it. Just, I think that's enough. So now we're going to put some double-sided tape on these bits here. Straight maybe, not onto the sides there. Okay. I don't mind, I just overlap them and I'll check it out when I'll take the backing off, I'll sort it out. So I take the backing off and then that just readjusts with that. There we go. And then whatever's overlapping, I just turn that back on itself. So I'll take the backing off and there we go. Alright, so now it's nice and sticky. And so now we're going to assemble it. So what you're going to do is fold it in, and we need to make sure these are nice and scored. Like that. And then we're going to put one edge down and put the next one right straight next to it. There we go. Okay. And like that. And like that. What I tend to do is just go into it with my bone folder to press down. Okay. Then what I do, I have a little trick up my sleeve. I insert 2 ink pads and they're just the size, and I get a bit of post-it note and I close up the flaps on the side, and I close up this one and this one. Forgot to score those. Right, so that these ones at the top meet the edge of the flap here. I take this one out and I take that one out, but I'll leave those ones in place and I'll put this on, because you need to make sure that when you stick this down, they're straight for the top as well. So what are we going to do now? We're going to attach some sticky tape, and it comes to there, so that's enough space for me to put my sticky tape down. There, see? That's just going to cover it up. Okay, and we're going to put sticky tape on the other side as well. There, doesn't matter if it's on the sticky. We'll sort that out in a minute. Actually, the 2 ink pads are just the height for the box, so that's ideal. Oh, why is it not coming off? Okay, here we go. So we're going to fold this one in. Then here, same thing. Get the backing off, and then let's just fold that one back on itself. And here the same thing, right? And then we close this up. Look at that. And when you close it up, it closes perfectly. Okay, so that's that. Now, this bit here, we are going to have to stamp another flower for my closure, to hide the closure. Let's get rid of some of these things here. So Blackberry Bliss, and let's stamp on there. There we go. Get the punch out again. That's not the one I want. I want the big one. There we go. Punch this one out. There we are. And I've got here 2 magnets, and we're going to stick them down with some sticky tape. What I tend to do is roll the magnet into the tape. This is just very cheap tape, double-sided tape, and it works very well, but obviously not when you're on video. So I roll it into there and I put it on there. Then I put the flower on top, and then I close it up and I put, see, there's something wrong. So sometimes I have to turn the magnet over because there's something to do with plus and minus, but I have no idea what it is. So I just try it out like this. Hang on, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's doing it, see? So that way you also know where you're going to put the other magnet. So I know now that they're going to be closing, and I also know that I need to put it down a bit. So I've got this one, but I need more sticky on there obviously, because that's not quite sticky enough. But it was just to find out the position of the magnet and the direction actually, because I've known a box that wouldn't close, so something was wrong with my the positive and the negative side of things. So let's try again. Yeah, there we go. And previously for the cards I made these stacked flowers, so I made an extra one. If you want to know how to make that, please do go to my previous video where I'm making the cards. And so all we need to do now is stick this on and stick the magnet down as well. So we'll stick that down, take the backing off, and stick this on. And there you have it. That's the box that I made for my cards to go in. And the cards, I stack them like this. So one like this and one like that. So they go together like this. So then they take up a tiny bit less space because they are quite chunky. And I slot them in. And where is my, there we go, right. So all that's left for me to do now is make the envelopes. But I can show you how to make the envelopes in a video that I've already posted, so you can go and have a look at them there. I hope you enjoyed me making this box, and I hope you're going to have a try at making the box and you know, add some cards to go in it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye!